is a series that people should be playing. This is a series that I think a lot of people kind of have sort of slept on because I think it was, let's see, 1 and 2 were on PS2, and 3 and 4 and 5 were PS3 exclusives. And what is it? They put out Zero and Kiwami, which was a prequel, which is Zero, and then Kiwami was a remake of the first one. And 6 is the first Yakuza game that's made specifically for PS4. But because a lot of people might have slept on the last, 5, 6 games, depending how you're counting, it's kind of scary to kind of jump into it,
But 6 does a really good job recapping. You've mentioned in your preview.
Yeah. So it's I think that they know that this is a game that a lot of people are going to be coming at. The thing that I want to compare it to is The Witcher. I think in The Witcher 3, I jumped into that. I played a bunch of Witcher 2, and even that was like, I was like, I didn't play the first one. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm left out here. And I never finished Witcher 2. And then Witcher 3 I jumped into, and I was like, I really hope I know what's going on. And there's that feeling of like you're missing something, but once you kind of put that aside and just kind of focus on what's happening in front of you, you very quickly forget that you didn't, play the previous ones. And I feel like Yakuza 6 is really good with that based on what I've seen.
I know some of the other ones even had like a recap function, sort of, where it's like correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like an hour-long, like, just cutscene explaining what the game is. Because these games are like hundreds of hours long.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, at a glance, I think there's like that mentality that this is like, oh, this is a game about like very hard-hitting, serious, serious criminal underbelly stuff. But then there's also like
you have this adorable baseball
there's like
game.
insane mini games. Like you can manage. This isn't even like regular baseball. This is like baseball management.
This game feels like a sort of drawn-out, mature take on WarioWare.
I could kind of see that. It's nuts how much it's all about like activities, and I think there's you will quickly get very many, like, tons of people really mad at you if you compare it to Grand Theft Auto. But in the same way that GTA is like, hey, you're gonna go do some serious nasty crimes and do like mature stuff, they're also like, you can also play tennis.
For me, I think that Yakuza does side quests so much better than the Grand Theft Auto games, which for me, like, I mean, I have enjoyed the Grand Theft Auto games, but so many of the missions are just kind of like driving from point A to point B while people are talking, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe you have a shootout or something. Like, the writing for the side quests are some of like it's just like the most heartwarming sometimes stories, and you're playing this like badass like Yakuza dude. And I think like one of the missions that stood out for me the most in Yakuza 0 was like, you're helping this really shy punk band who they're like afraid to perform in front of their fans, and you're kind of like trying to train them on like cool stuff to say.
That's awesome.
And it's just
you're teaching them how to be punk, and they're like, what's more punk than like being a Yakuza guy who beats up guys in the street?
Yeah, it just effortlessly moves from just like kicking the crap out of dudes to just like helping a sad cameraman like film a restaurant documentary.
Yeah, I mean, the sub stories and side quests are like they're kind of a bottomless pit in a really good way.
Yeah.
Yep.
I played through all of Zero and all of Kiwami. I went over to a friend's house, like, I don't know, a couple weekends ago, and he was like, "Oh, I'm playing some Yakuza 0. You want to jump on this?" And I was like, "Sure. What are you doing?" And I'm like, assuming that it would be a side quest that I saw, and it was a part that I totally hadn't seen, where you're teaching a dominatrix how to be dominant.
Yeah, that's
How did she get that job to begin with?
Hello there. Thank you for watching this small portion of This Week's Beyond. For the full episode, head over to youtube.com/IGNBeyond and subscribe today for more full episodes and goofy fun time, goofy nonsense, screw around horse apples. Thank you. Goodbye.